I was 13 when I was accepted to this robotics program. So I started doing programming and designing some robots to play soccer. Started to get interested in the field, and I was like, oh, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. We programmed robots. First, we started with programming with C++, the language. So once we get to know what programming is, then we started to program robots to play soccer, and then how they can know the soccer field and stuff like that, how they can navigate and simple things like that. Obviously, if you're a good programmer, the robot is going to be a good soccer player. If not, not. As you said, it's kind of a new language that you can do so much with it. Even programming robots, part of it is math. So it's fascinating to see something simple like, I don't know, algebra can in the future program robots or AI. When I was choosing my major in the university, I was like, CS is the go-to because I know I have the background, I know what they expect me to do, and I have the passion about it. Maryam Mirza Khani, she was a huge role model for me. She unfortunately died from cancer, but she was a huge mathematician, and her story kind of relates to me because I'm also coming from Iran, and her background was really similar to me, and I just want to be like her, and hopefully later I can achieve what she achieved. My field specifically right now is not to make robots better, is make them more like humans, but at the same time not like humans, because humans can be biased, but we don't want robots to have the societal biases that humans have. So we want trustworthy AI system or trustworthy robots to surround us. We are at the stage right now that robots can do most of the things that humans can, but we want to be able to reliably trust on them. So we don't want them to be biased as humans. We want them to be robust. Like you see Tesla nowadays is confusing billboards or signs and crashing into them. So part of my job is to have robust, fair, and interpretable machine learning or AI systems. The interpretability part is like you don't exactly know how the thought process of the robot is to take some action. So we need to see or understand how AI or robots make decisions. So that's that part as well. So it's important to, if you are releasing these robots in the field, you want to know what their actions are gonna be, if you can control them. If they're wild, you cannot control them. So that's part of my job, to make sure AI is robust, fair, and interpretable, which combined is gonna create a trustworthy AI system for us. If you consider human brain, you don't know exactly how human brain works to make a decision. That's exactly how AI works. You're not sure how it works, but somehow it works. So part of a research on interpretability is to understand how AI makes decisions. And this is important because, again, if you are releasing AI to the wild, you need to know what the next action is going to be able to control it more reliably. AI surrounds us in every, so you can see in healthcare systems, we have robots that are operationalizing or doing surgeries. In Tesla, you are relying on Tesla to drive, that's also AI. You have Alexa AI, which is, everyone knows you are at home, you are asking it. So every single thing that surrounds us, it's most probably that is using some sort of AI. AI is trying to replace doctors or surgeons, some taxi drivers, they can drive on their own. So in the future, even they can replace us as researchers. That's part of my job. Like if I'm making AI to make decisions that is aware, there are some work that they are trying to make AI to produce research papers. That's so futuristic, but that's possible. So anything that you can possibly think of, AI can replace us as humans. AI can play chess, it can be a chess player, it can be a soccer player. Anything that you can think of is possible, but again, we don't want bad AI to replace us. We want good AI. And I'm not sure if whether or not replacing us is a good thing or not, but this is what is happening now, and in the future, of course, it's going to expand. That's why we are saying that our facial recognition systems or in parole decision-making systems, some judges use AI, which is controversial nowadays because these AI systems can be racially discriminating towards some group of people. You might go to a judge and not be aware that an AI is actually making a decision for you, but that's the case. That's why AI can affect us directly or indirectly, and we want to make sure you can reliably trust on these AI systems. Part of it is an AI system called Compass. So Compass, given your history or racial background and everything, gives a decision outcome of whether you are most likely to recommit the crime within 2 years or not. And then based on this outcome, the judges make some additional decision on whether they can release the person or not. Not necessarily prison sentences. It's like AI is saying they can either go on bail or not. So if AI predicts that this person is likely to recommit the crime, so it's going to affect judges' decision to not release this person. So part of this is relied on an AI, which people try to avoid, because some of AI researchers are saying this is not right because AI can be biased, can have so many problems, so we don't want them to use yet. Similar to facial recognition that they banned because police was using them and it was more likely for these systems to be discriminating against people of color. So similarly, some researchers are saying, no, let's ban these systems until we can rely on them. My job is, without releasing AI, we couldn't know that these problems could appear, so that was part of the job to release them and then try to fix them. So I'm not necessarily saying ban all these systems because they can be useful, but let's try to make them better. My research is composed of 3 components of trust, namely robustness, fairness, and interpretability. For fairness part, one of our work was like common sense knowledge can contain biases because humans use biases as common sense, which is not necessarily a good thing. But if we want AI systems to have common sense, we want just pure facts, not the biases or stereotypes that people inject into the data that AI systems can learn from. So our recent work was trying to filter out this polluted data that contains some biases or stereotypes framed as common sense, so that when we are trying to infuse this common sense into AI, it's just pure facts and not stereotypes or biases. So this can be helpful, again, in these decision-making systems that are using some sort of common sense to be away from any stereotyping or biases. The data was crowdsourced by humans, and humans had these stereotypical biases that they injected into the data, like Mexicans are related to poverty, so this was in there, or Muslims are related to terrorism, or British people are related to some even bad words, like I don't want to say because it has curse words in them. And then AI was trying to learn from this bad data to be like humans. We want AI to be like humans, but we don't necessarily want AI to have the bad side of the humans. The work that we were doing to avoid biases and discrimination that is learned from humans, but like the good part of humans. Philosophy and ethics is related, so there are some philosophers and ethicists who are working on these types of problems, but we are more on the technical side of issues. And in fact, some conferences nowadays ask researchers to have a section called broader impact in their research papers to foresee the consequences of the work that they have on the society for future. That is really helpful for us as researchers to reflect on what we design or how can this affect and in what way the society, which I think is important. Because AI is surrounding me as a human, it's gonna affect my life, same as other humans. So I see a huge responsibility on what I do right now, because sooner or later, robots and AI will surround us, so it's important for us to be able to control them. So ISI is the best place to work as for me at least, because the people are super friendly. Of course, for COVID, we are not getting to see each other that much, but in the beginning of my PhD, I wasn't so familiar with the environment and how PhD life would be, but the people were really helpful and friendly and supportive, so that was like huge motivation driving me forward. Because PhD can be hard, but having good friends and environment around you can really help. My current project, like as you said, so you're kind of a philosopher or ethicist. My current project is trying to make AI to be the philosopher. So given a task, how can AI reason about the future consequences of the work that it has in mind? It's a huge project, because even us as humans don't really know what the right or wrong is, so it's really hard to teach AI to make such decisions. But this is my ongoing project on how can AI be more aware of the future consequences of its decisions or outcomes. We are gonna see lots of AI around us, and again, we need to make sure we can reliably trust on these systems. So we want these systems, again, to be like humans in a sense that they are aware of the surrounding world, or they have some sense of morality, but at the same time, we don't want those bad side of AI to affect our daily lives. Even something simple as robustness can cause human lives in, again, autonomous vehicle systems. So we need to make sure that these, again, systems are as robust that we can reliably trust on them, as interpretable that we know what the future is gonna be, and as fair that we are not gonna discriminate against some people. There are some people in our group that are working towards how to make AI to be more culturally aware, and that's part of what you said, that we want AI to understand our values, and different societies and humans might have different values, so it's also important for AI to understand different types of people and their values and stuff like that. That's why we should be responsible as researchers, because we need to be aware of what we are working on, because it's going to affect future generations. It's important for us to make the correct decisions right now.